the Ducati garage was suddenly rocked. The MotoGP world was instantly stunned when Ducati's closely guarded secrets were leaked to the public. These secrets included detailed motorcycle setups and Marc Márquez's racing style. The leak sparked a huge commotion in the paddock. What exactly is Ducati hiding? Who benefits? And how much will it impact Márquez's dominance on the track this season? Let's discuss. The 2025 MotoGP season may feel monotonous to some viewers. The dominance of one rider makes the competition at the front seem less intense. However, behind that dominance lies a far more worrying fact for rivals. A surprising confession from inside the Ducati garage reveals another side of Marquez. One that suggests what we've seen so far is not the ultimate version of the champion. Marco Rigamonti, Marc Márquez's crew chief at the Ducati Lenovo team, made the confession. In a statement that sounds almost impossible at the MotoGP level, Rigamonti revealed that Marquez wasn't performing at 100% in several races, whether due to physical limitations, technical issues, or problems with the bike's performance. The public had long thought they had witnessed the peak of Marquez's performance. However, telemetry data and internal team observations suggest otherwise. According to Rigamonti, Marquez secured the victory without reaching his full potential. Track data analysis revealed that Marquez only pushed his bike to its limits during the first 2 laps. His strategy was straightforward, yet effective. Establish a safe lead. Once he had a lead, Marquez would immediately lower his intensity. He no longer pursued extreme lap times, but instead maintained a stable and controlled racing rhythm. His riding style was less explosive than in his early career, yet he remained untouchable. Even his own crew chief admitted that he didn't know where Marc Márquez's current limits were. This statement sent a loud alarm throughout the MotoGP paddock. This admission wasn't just about mechanical engineering or race strategy. It put brutal mental pressure on the competitors. If Marquez was so dominant with a safe approach, his rivals had nightmares about what would happen if he truly gave it his all. The imbalance was palpable inside the Ducati garage. Both Pecco Bagnaia and Fabio Di Giannantonio complained about the feel of the front end of the Ducati GP25. Uncertainty when entering corners was a crucial issue, but Marquez was barely affected. Same bike, very different results. Internal tension was inevitable. Ducati's rider coach, Manuel Poggiali, provided an interesting insight into Marquez's mindset. When other riders requested setup changes, Marquez often said the opposite. Leave the bike like this. I have to work on certain details. This approach is rare, especially for a world champion. Marquez doesn't seek mechanical solutions first. He chooses to improve himself. Internal adaptation is his main weapon. Marc knows exactly what he needs, said Poggiali. The 2025 season will reveal a new Marquez. He will no longer live on the brink of an accident. Mistakes were almost non-existent. Crashes were almost non-existent. But his speed remained deadly. The starkest comparison is with Pecco Bagnaia. His confidence in the GP25 slowly crumbled. After the summer break, his performance plummeted. An attempt to return to GP24 components only had a temporary effect. The end of the season was a harsh blow. He finished 5th in the standings, 257 points behind Marquez. It wasn't just losing, it was lagging far behind, both mentally and technically. Paul Espargaro summed up his rival's suffering with an honest and poignant sentence. When you suffer, Marquez doesn't, and then he still wins. It destroys you. Returning to Rigamonti's confession, if Marquez doesn't always race at full speed, the big question is, what happens when he does? No one knows. Not even his own team knows the answer. This is what makes Marquez's dominance even more terrifying. He wins without ever seeming to run out of breath. The 2025 season, initially predicted to be a moment of resurgence, has instead become a major shift in the MotoGP landscape. Marquez isn't just returning to the top, he's setting a new standard for dominating racing. In terms of numbers, his achievements are extraordinary. With a total of 25 wins, 11 in main races and 14 in sprint races, Marquez secured his 7th MotoGP World Championship with 5 races remaining in the season. This achievement leaves a little room for debate. However, the fact that he achieved most of those victories without maximising the bike's full potential makes his accomplishments even more impressive. Marquez won not because he pushed himself to the limit every lap, but because his level of control, precision, and understanding of the bike far surpassed that of his rivals. In such conditions, his dominance was not only apparent, but also intimidating, as if he had a secret weapon he hadn't unleashed yet. Signs of this revival were apparent during pre-season testing. An almost impossible save immediately captured the attention of the paddock. Davide Tardozzi called the moment proof that Marquez's magic hadn't disappeared. Paul Espargaro explained this phenomenon simply yet profoundly. Marquez's main strength is his ability to reach the bike's limits faster than anyone else and remain calm. He is at his strongest precisely when the bike starts to show problems. None of this is magic. His mechanics emphasise that his composure, consistency, and extreme saves are the result of extensive physical, mental, and technical preparation. Marc Márquez's dominance has apparently surprised not only his rivals, but also Gigi Dall'Igna, the man who best understands Ducati's technical DNA. Gigi Dall'Igna, the Ducati course technical director, openly admitted that Marquez's performance in the 2025 season surpassed the team's internal expectations. This was evident not only in terms of pure speed, but also in the way he controls the bike, reads the race, and minimises risk. We knew Marc was fast. We knew he had incredible instincts. But what he's showing now is beyond anything we expected, said Dall'Igna. He said that what surprised him most was how Marquez was able to dominate, even though the bike wasn't yet in perfect condition. For Dall'Igna, this was a clear indication that the rider plays a much bigger role than just the technical package. He was able to win even when we were still searching for the ideal setup. That's not commonplace in modern MotoGP, he added. Marc Márquez's influence has spread to a younger generation of riders, including Fermín Aldeguer. His advice goes beyond a pep talk. It has had a profound impact, beginning to shape a new culture in the paddock of calm under pressure, disciplined reading of situations, and courageous decision-making. Now, Marquez is about more than just beating his rivals on the track. He's pursuing something deeper, a passion for racing tested by injury, and a personal ambition to prove his limits haven't been reached. As he said himself, to reach the top, you have to take it one step at a time, gradually building speed and confidence. The problem with MotoGP is that the target keeps moving. Just when the competition thinks they're closing in, Marc Márquez opens up a new dimension. To this day, one of the championship's biggest mysteries remains. Where do Marc Márquez's true limits lie, if they even exist? If Marquez is at 100%, who can stop him? Leave your thoughts below.